Okay, and let me say this. You may say, I didn't raise my son to be a predator. But guess what? You did not raise your son to not be a predator. What's good, y'all? Lonnie Appleton here. This is the last video of the Surviving R. Kelly Part 3 series that I'm putting up. 2021 video strong. Clearly this was a very broad topic, but it needs to be addressed. And I really want to impart upon the parents who are raising the next generation, because let's keep it G. The man problem that we have in our society today is because the boys were not raised. The woman problem we have in our society today is because the girls were not raised. It is the previous generation's responsibility and failure. Let's call a thing, but let's stop dwelling on what we know to be true. Whether we want to admit the truth or not, let's stop dwelling on it. Let's talk about solutions. And fellas, the genocide of black women is not the solution. To take out black women is to take yourself out. So, yeah, hustle backwards much. But what I'm saying is, I addressed some things that could lead to predatory behavior. And I know a lot of parents are like, I did not raise my kid to be a predator. I did not raise my kid to be this person. I did not raise my kid to go and shoot up a school. But here your child is. Here your child is a grown-ass man who's preying on other children. And the thing that you're missing is, you did not raise your child not to be those things. You never had those conversations with your child to teach them to not become a man that does these things. You never had the conversations with your child to be the man who stands next to the man who is doing these things, and to not approve of it, not to look on them in envy, but to actually stand there and say, that's not cool.
How old is she?
16.
Huh?
16, man.
How old are you?
32.
Right, I got girls. Y'all gonna have to break that shit up.
We're good. We're good,
Break
man.
that up in front of me, bro.
All right, I got you,
I
bro.
got girls.
So when you are not addressing these things in your home, you are not stopping your kid from becoming those things. So please have these conversations with your children. Please have these conversations at age-appropriate levels as soon as possible. It needs to become a part of their identity. Hurting people is not okay on any level. It's not okay as a parent to hurt your children. We must find another way to discipline our children, because if we're choosing to physically or verbally abuse our children, then the next man or woman can come in once they're an adult or a teen and use it as a form of control. Why? Because you did. Why a man should love you more than you love him, Part 2. What's good, y'all? Lonnie Appleton here. If you have a couple minutes, man, I received a download of all downloads this morning. I have been incorporating journaling with my meditation. That's a very key part. More on that later, but the point I'm making is, while I'm journaling, and I'm really not talking about anything, and then boom, it happens. Adam and Eve. Now this is loyalty versus love. Women are loyal to what they love. Men can love without loyalty. That's why you see a man who professes his love for a woman, but is not loyal. And then I start thinking Adam and Eve. Let's get into it. The serpent pulled up on Eve. Now the serpent had the choice of pulling up on Adam and Eve together, Adam or Eve. The serpent chose deliberately Eve. The serpent chose Eve by herself. Why? Now let's address loyalty first. The serpent knew if he pulled up on Adam and Eve together, Adam would have talked his yap and was like, yeah, nah, man, get up out of here. And Eve, being loyal to Adam, even though what the serpent was saying, he was talking some stuff, out of loyalty, Eve is going to turn her back and walk away. Now, why didn't he approach Adam? And again, this is just a download I received this morning, but if we use our brains, this makes sense, especially if we think about how men and women function today. The serpent didn't approach Adam because Adam loved God. Adam loved God more than he loved himself. And because he loved God more than he loved himself, God now has Adam's loyalty. Y'all deny this all you want to, but all you're doing is setting yourself back. If we could stop denying truth because it hurts our ego, we could start moving in a direction where we can heal and be progressive. But that's y'all's issue. I'm doing fine over here. The serpent knew if he would have pulled up on Adam, Adam would have been like, man, shut the fuck up, and went on his day because of loyalty. But see, women are thinkers. Women are progress. I don't care what you think. I know what I know. And I know that the reason why the black community is at such a disparity, the women are here and the men are here, is because women are seekers of knowledge and are constantly evolving and improving, and men are stuck where they're at. So men want to say we have a woman problem. Women will take correction and redirection once they learn the direction they were heading is the wrong direction. They will shift. Men will drive off the fucking cliff as long as they don't have to admit they're wrong. Part 3. Why a man should love you more than you love him, Part 3. What's good, y'all? I was meditating this morning. Oh yeah, Lonnie Appleton here. I was meditating this morning and I received this colossal download, and I just could not get out of meditation soon enough to come tell y'all about it. Previous video, we are talking Adam and Eve and why the serpent chose to pull up on Eve instead of Adam, why the serpent chose to pull up on Eve instead of Adam and Eve. Damn, them dogs sound like they getting into it over there. Previous video for context, not the dogs, Adam and Eve. I left off talking about how men will refuse to correct a sinking ship because it hurts their pride and ego to admit that they were wrong. If men are being evolutionary or evolving, it's not necessarily that they're seeking higher knowledge. They are seeking validation. So they go and find other people and other information that validates how they believe. Women, on the other hand, go and seek information that elevates how they believe. So when your woman is coming to you and saying, yeah, we need to go in this direction now, and you're like, nah, I'm gonna keep going in this direction. But then she did plant a seed that something needs to change. You start going and seeking something that validates your position. That is typical male behavior, and if you can have an honesty moment and see that, you might start listening to your girl more, because your girl has never steered you wrong, correct? If you're with the right one, and if you got one that's steering you wrong, get the fuck away from her, because she don't know what the fuck she talking about either. But I'm coming to Dre with all this spiritual stuff, and I'm like, dude, we need to start moving in this different direction. We got to change how we eat. We got to change the way we think. We got to change the way we speak. Like, we have to do a complete overhaul of our lives. And Dre's overwhelmed, and he's like, you're pissing me off by trying to tell me I need to change, I need to change, I need to change. I am changing. And someone told me I need to respect the space and the speed that he's evolving at. He's not moving at the frequency I'm moving because I'm the one receiving the downloads, not him. And the fact that I'm coming to him and telling him these are the things that need to happen, the fact that he's even receptive to that is a win. Because most men will be like, look, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up! So I'm thankful and grateful for Dre's willingness to hear me out and not shut me down and move in his space. But most men are stuck and they gonna stay stuck, and the only way they gonna move is if they find something that validates their position. Women, on the other hand, will go get new information, realize how they've been doing it is wrong, and shift complete directions. I'm gonna get back on Adam and Eve in the next video. But that was all very necessary for us to understand how we move. Part 4.